Hi guys, and welcome to our black and white rough lemurs. We have two black and white rough lemurs in here called Jack and Sally. Now they're a really interesting species. The black and white rough lemur can only be found on Madagascar, much like all of its other lemur relatives. They are endemic to the island of Madagascar, and the black and white ruffs are primarily found on the eastern part of Madagascar. Now, the places that you find them are going to be forests. This won't surprise many of you because, of course, they are primates. But they like to live in primary forests at the very tops of the tallest trees. This is in contrast to our ring-tailed lemurs, which we've also got on site, which are very terrestrial, spending a lot of time down on the ground. But it's not just where these guys like to live that makes them very different, it's also what they like to eat. Whereas the ring-tailed lemurs like to eat things like leaves, berries and nuts, the black and white rough lemurs are going to be eating mainly fruit. In fact, 90% of their diet is going to be fruit. But they also like to eat mushrooms and even flowers. In fact, it's their propensity for eating flowers that makes them one of the largest pollinators on the planet. What they'll do is they'll bury their face in a flower, eat that sweet nectar, the pollen will go around their face, and then as they go and visit more and more flowers, they're going to distribute it around the forest. Now, when it comes to reproduction, these guys are absolutely fascinating and pretty unique. Because what these guys will do is they will make a nest at the very top of the tree, and then they will have up to 6 babies. Now, this is a really odd behavior. Most, in fact, all other lemur species will carry their babies on them at all times and have one, maybe at very most 2 babies at a time, but not the black and white ruffed. These guys almost act like a bird, making a nest up in a tree and having their babies in that nest, which is really cool, and a behavior you see a lot in great apes, but not in other lemurs. So these guys are the largest members of the true lemur family, the Lemuridae family, and they are the second loudest primate, only slightly falling behind the howler monkey. Unfortunately, black and white rough lemurs are critically endangered. In fact, estimates vary, but they say there's only about between 200 and 1,000 individuals left in the world. There are loads of causes for this, such as the bushmeat trade, the illegal pet trade, and habitat destruction and fragmentation. In fact, over the last half century, around 4.85 million hectares, or 80% of Madagascar's forests, have disappeared. And this is a huge problem. As you can see on this map, that means that black and white rough lemurs are being restricted to smaller and smaller pockets around the east of Madagascar, meaning there is very little availability for mates, which can lead to genetic depression. But there are lots of conservation efforts to help black and white rough lemurs, and we're going to talk to you about them and keep an eye on all our socials, and we'll tell you about how you can raise money for the black and white rough lemur.